Anyway.
That's the first thing I got in the recording.
All right. So anyway, everybody.
Living the
welcome back
dream.
to Living
Let's
the dream.
read.
Let's read.
Let's read. Living the dream. I'm trying to match your energy, so I'm down here.
Let's read!
Damn.
I fucking hate you so much.
I don't think anyone.
Today we're alive and active in the world. We're gonna get excited. Don't do that. Ouch. Sorry, my dog nipped me because she's playing with something in her mouth, and she...
Your dog is trying to stop you from reading this story.
We're off to such an awful fucking start right now.
I had to be exciting. Hey, don't play with that next to me. Can you go?
I can't believe it's the 10-year anniversary today.
Today?
Don't check the date.
When we're
Yeah, if
recording
today
this,
was
it's
like-
the 10-year anniversary of Living the Dream.
That's not true. It's like been 25 days.
Hey, you know what? That sounds like a past mistake.
Hey,
Past mistakes.
Chapter fucking who cares?
Beginning of part 2, chapter 126.
It's actually chapter 126.
Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah. No, Cody, you're gonna have to. Sorry, Spoon, you're gonna have to read this because this is incredible. This author's note.
Beginning of part 2. I was going to start a new story, but decided against it. Doing this is so much easier. I'll split this story up after part 6. Okay.
Oh wow.
Are we on part 6 yet?
No, this
no.
is part 2. The beginning of part 2. He's saying that like when he reaches part 6 of these 120 part.
Epics, right.
Imagine
He'll
if
split off the story.
Imagine if Hirohiko Araki went. Oh, I'll split up JoJo after we read part 6 when he was in like the 80s, still writing part 1 and 2.
Yeah. It's like this is like holy shit. The confidence is incredible. Well, yeah, that's fair. You have saying that he decided against splitting this the story, which I mean, like to be fair, if he wasn't gonna just split the story until he reached chapter fucking like 750, which is roughly where it would be if these parts were the length they were supposed to be, then like yeah, I think if you hit 100 like 720 chapters of Living the Dream, there's a justified reason to be like, okay, now we're gonna split.
Cabral, I got
Yes.
a question for you.
I got an answer for you.
Can you name for me a book that's really, really long, split up into identifiable parts, and God plays a very important role in it?
Twilight.
No, I was thinking of Living the Dream.
Oh, I was thinking of Lord of the Rings, but okay.
See, my thought about Lord of the Rings until it was like, oh right, the Bible.
Yeah.
So,
Living
okay,
the
here's
Dream
the
and
thing.
Bible
Living
are
the
very
Dream
similar.
is lacking the 400 years of silence. Oh, wait, hold on a second. It did take...
Oh, well.
Well, there were 4 years of silence, actually, for Living the Dream.
That's true. There you go.
So, yeah, you know what? Never
New
mind.
Bible
It is
confirmed.
just the Bible.
So,
right,
chapter 1, aka chapter 126.
26. Cabral, which book of the Bible would part 1 of Living the Dream have been?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, Genesis is a lame answer, but...
Genesis is a lame answer, because it's got to be Revelations, right?
What, already?
Yeah.
Really? What, end of the world?
Well, okay, all the rape arcs, the rapture the rapture happened.
Oh no,
Okay,
and
all
well-known
right.
part of the Bible, the rape arc.
What?
I mean,
You know what I'm
remember-
saying. The end of days stuff, anyway.
Remember when the goat person was like, "I'm gonna turn Jesus into a lady, and then I'm gonna have all of Nazareth try and rape him."
That was the
Remember
best.
that?
I thought
That
that
was
was
the
the
best
Quran.
parable.
And then the Apostle John was like, "Oh, I sorry, I need to run into the
Remember when
my
Judas
girlfriend's
sacrificed
here.
his-
Let me run
I
in."
mean, the bit where John the Baptist is like, "Oh no, my evil alternate self has split off in order to join Satan and the villain team."
Judas gives
Crazy.
Jesus a poison cupcake.
Wait a
It's
minute.
supposed to take his
this-
magic away, but it kills him. Okay, September 20th, 2014.
Oh my god. The day the world was supposed to end.
Oh my god, Yamson just posted the Living the
official
Dream
Living the
timeline.
Dream
that he made.
timeline.
This is so long.
Oh my god, it's so long, and most of it is just like taking place in December of
That's
2012.
really funny.
It hurt so much physically.
This
Mostly
is
'cause my dog
beautiful.
did. She's trying to
When are we
log
gonna
that
get the
on.
video essay, Yamston?
You have the date and time that Louie and Winona fuck.
Wait, what?
12:15 on the 29th
Okay.
of December 2012. In 2 days, it will be the 11th anniversary.
Yo,
These
let's
two
go.
fucking- all right.
So actually, did anything happen on the 27th? No. Oh, damn. Okay. All right, here we go. Chapter 1, 27. Okay, September 20th, 2014. Unknown location, Lance's POV. Always me, huh? I'm always the one who has to suffer hardship just so the others can go on.
What?
My heart is full of pain and suffering. I try to do the right thing, but it always turns out to be the wrong thing.
Sorry, it's just the verbiage of I tried to do the right thing, but it's the wrong thing. I don't know. It's just funny.
So true.
So this is like very dramatic, very dark narration. I just want to very briefly pop back to the last chapter to remind us that the segue into this, like, you know, like I couldn't save them all, they're all dead because of my mistakes, was summary of events since Nightmare Night. It's been 7 months. All the couples got married. Lost an extra wing, but got 2 prosthetics. Mr. Bleak is still shy from Audrey. Greg's weed monster exploded out of his lab, and they had to fight it.
I can't believe you didn't write that chapter. Okay. I tried to do the right thing. Okay, but now he's dead because of my mistake.
I didn't know. I should have known.
I'm so sorry, Lance.
Please be quiet.
Lance?
Shut up! It's my fault! My friend is dead because of me!
Okay,
And now this! Why? I've done everything to prevent this. I fought him. I defeated him. But why?
I'd like to take a vote to see who's dead. Who do you think it is?
I say it's the weed monster.
Louis. The weed
It is
monster.
not Louis.
I think Zorro's dead.
Dude, well, Zorro he'd have to consider Zorro his friend for that to be true.
So I'm just saying, like the last thing we saw happening in the summary of events was the weed monster. So I'm just saying that Lance, he loved that weed monster. They were friends, and he
Greg's
couldn't
dead?
save him. He wasn't strong enough.
Oh wait, okay. So Yamson says it's never told, but he'll tell us if we're interested in knowing.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah, which
not going
I
to
would be very-
explained.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really interested. All right, I'm gonna make an actual vote though. A guess. I'm gonna say it's Greg.
Okay.
Okay.
No way they kill off Greg.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, it can't
no
be
shot.
Greg.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Zane.
Zane,
Oh
that's right.
my God! Hold on, and the winner is David. David.
Wait,
fucking
David
dead.
died? Hold
Oh my
on
God,
a
no,
second.
he's like the Luigi. He can't kill off David.
Living the dream.
They killed off White Mark?
Dude, wait, so he got married and then immediately died?
That's funny.
Oh no.
How did he
David.
die? What happened? Wait, does it say what happened or like?
Oh my God! He apparently died of ligma.
That's so
Who the
tragic.
hell is White Mark?
Who the hell is White Mark?
Dude, he busted the Omega nut and killed himself in the process.
Oh no!
Splort.
He
It's like the
drowned
guy
his
in
pa-
BoJack.
He drowned in his paint.
No, it's the guy from BoJack Horseman who like accidentally killed himself doing the autoerotic asphyxiation. That's
Oh.
yeah.
David.
Wow.
His death is explained
he
in
did
part
the funky
4.
Spider-Man.
Wait, part
Okay.
4?
Yeah, can you? Yeah, just give me the deets if you don't mind.
Yeah. Well, I'll eventually get there, but these knuckleheads ain't gonna.
Yeah, because
ain't
we're
gonna
only
see
getting
that
to
part.
part 3, I think, right?
Well, like,
I mean,
you're just gonna look at the
Do
opening
like one
part,
chapter,
You're not
maybe,
gonna,
yeah, and then that's it.
There's apparently one chapter that actually has us in it, so we want to come back apparently to read that one. But like,
Okay.
That's
When
fair.
you
That's
say when you
That's
say
like a special
us, you
thing.
mean the 3 of you, right?
yeah,
Yeah, all the really important ones in everybody's
Yeah, the lightning's not even there.
favorite.
Well, lightning's actually there. I'm not.
okay.
Wow.
Yamston says he got possessed by a demon. He was going to break Spark's neck until Lance was forced to kill him. Okay.
Surely God would provide Lance like a means to like expel demons, correct? Like, you know, again, God's real. He's met God multiple times now. Like, you know.
Yeah,
So
but
write
this
that
is-
down.
This is living the dream, God. This is like the version of God who kind of
This
sucks.
guy with the giant triangle for a
hard.
head.
Rainbow Dash, her life has just been going really awful since Lance entered it.
Rainbow cannot catch a fucking break. Yeah, she just had twins, so she's now a single mother with twins and a dead husband.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. Where am I? I
why
fought
just-
him.
You're at your house?
Defeated him, but why? Just why? He was my friend. I told him to believe in me, and look what happened to him. He's gone because he trusted me. Hey, why? Why did this happen? Twilight, why have you done this? What? Twilight.
What?
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 Sorry,
Sorry?
why'd
Hello?
you do
What did I do?
My bitch wife won't even give me a hand job
What?
anymore.
Lance, look, you don't need to expel a demon with the Bible. I have magic. She was wrong.
Just use the elements on him.
Yeah, just use the elements on him.
Twilight, why have you done this? I though you loved me with all your heart. I'm
And I
sorry.
kill one of my friends, and suddenly it's all over.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Pobrecito, ay.
I get todo.
Alexa, play Despacito.
I'm sorry. I had to do it. I just had to do it. But did you have to do this? I love you, and you do this.
Lance, please. This wasn't your.
Fucking shut up!
Oh, fuck you!
No, fuck you!
Fuck you!
It's all my fault. None of this would have happened if I hadn't agreed to that.
Fuck it, Lance!
Agreed to
I
what?
think-
Like, did you talk to the demon like, oh, you could take over David's body. That's fine.
Like, that'll be fucking hilarious, dude. Best prank ever. Fuck it, Lance. Think back to the beginning of all of this. If you do, you'll see it wasn't your fault.
It was. I don't have to think back.
Fucking do it, Lance, you bitch.
No.
You forced my hoof, idiot. I'm going to force us all to relive the past couple of months. Flashback season time, baby.
Break. If you do that,
Too fucking late.
memories begin to pour into my head, forcing me to relive everything.
Reliving the dream?
Whoa! Hey, I think there was a chapter about
Yeah,
that.
but part two, according to Yampson, part two is very melodramatic for no reason, but none of it pays off. Yeah, because it's like a fraction of the size it was supposed to be. So it's like oh my god, relive the past, and then just nothing happens. It's like oh right, yeah, nothing. It's nothing.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
house.
It's coming all together.
Canterlot. May 2nd, 2014.
Oh.
Lance's POV.
Wakey, wakey, Lance.
Twilight yelled in my face as she forced me to sit up.
Fuck up. Why are you waking me up on the weekend?
I questioned as I rubbed my face sleepily. Twilight giggled and tapped my forehead.
Ah, remember? You promised to take Spark to the Wonderbolts air show today.
I chuckled and rolled out of bed.
Yeah, remember. Where's the awesome little guy?
Where do you think? He's been in the living room for about 30 minutes waiting for you to wake up, lazy bones.
I smiled.
Oh, this is adorable.
You're late. That's not adorable. He's
That's hilarious. He's really mad at you right now, actually, because
he's
he's
very
making you wait.
bad.
And I'm off to hang out with Kara later, bitches.
Ah!
Twilight.
Sorry, I threw a ball for Bambi. She was bothering me.
You're a little distracted right now.
I
buddy.
am. She's got some energy. I actually got rid of most of it, so she's good now. Anyways, are we at Yes You Do?
No, we're not before.
Oh,
taking
not
a
before
shower.
taking a shower first.
Twilight said with a laugh as she watched me walk towards the door.
Do I have to?
I questioned, a pathetic smile on my face.
Yes,
She smirked.
you do.
I struck a pose.
Then I'm off the shower, I guess.
And with that, I ran down the hall and burst into the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. Hi. I didn't realize Fawn was here.
Oh god, fun, yeah.
Fawn. Oh my
Hello.
goodness.
He's just like, who are you? Get out of my house!
Oh, it's a strange child.
Dad.
Fawn yelled as she fell onto her flank at the sudden intrusion. I smiled sheepishly.
Oops, Fawn. I didn't know you were here.
I then smirked.
Learn a lot the door, idiot.
She
Also, why are you
groaned
covered in ash?
Why are you all dirty?
Why do you have a
Dad,
black
I
eye?
found these bones.
I haven't seen you for 7
I'm part of the
months. You look
occult
all
now.
thin and ashy. What the hell happened?
I
to
have
you?
the black lung, Dad.
She groaned and stood up.
Learn to knock.
Well, would you learn to force? God damn it!
She rolled her eyes and trotted past me.
Oh, put a sock in it, Dad. Oh, the attitude.
Why is
Ooh.
she so?
Ooh, rebellious
so
fucking.
snapped.
Okay,
face.
well, to be fair, she has been forgotten about on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, was she like using the bathroom, or was she just kind of passively in there? Because she leaves. So
Yeah. I have no idea.
once she closed the door, I smartly locked the door. I am
That
smarter than an idiot baby.
child.
I walked over to the mirror and looked at myself. A sigh escaped my lips as I stretched out my prosthetic wings.
So as handsome as the day I married you.
Myself.
Hey, at least you look a little cooler, right?
I miss our real ones.
I shrugged it off and pulled them back to my side. I'm already used to them. Well, kinda. After I turned the water on, I just sat down on my haunches outside of it, watching the water splash against the shower's floor.
Are you okay, Lance? You look distracted. Or sad.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about my dramatic future past. I'm fine. Just remembering last night. Remembering that night. Sorry, because it's been 7 months.
I remember last
that was
night,
7
which was
months
also
ago.
not last night.
Okay, wait, so if... Okay, oh, sorry, never mind. I got it.
Lance, that was 7 months ago. Remember? There's been a time skip. Let it go. How can I? I saw so many innocent ponies die. Remember all the pain and suffering we saw when we returned to, to destroyed remains of Ponyville.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought for a second it said we returned to destroy the remains of Ponyville.
That's
funny.
funny.
Jada, you and I, we're like this. I know you can't see it,
No.
but I'm like holding, like, showing you how big a fish is, sort of hand gesture. We're kind of close, but not that close.
We're like a
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah, we're like a fish. Breathing
You and
the
I, we
same
have no
water.
brain.
You and I, we're like Pinocchio and Geppetto. We're stuck in the mouth of a whale.
I made you. You'd be nothing without me.
You and I, we're like Noah. Where are we?
And
Yes.
on this arc together.
We're on this arc together.
We're the two that Noah chose for humanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
It's a real complication to our friendship right now.
Yeah,
We
it's
remember.
really awkward.
Yeah. Yes, we remember. It was horrible. But we have to move on. For Twilight and the kids' sake.
I know. I'll move on. One day.
One day more.
So over dramatic. It's really
It's very
funny.
dramatic.
This really is like the angst arc.
I sighed heavily and stood up. I guess I should get this shower over with and hurry up and get Spark to that show.
You sound so angry.
Author's note, you have to understand this. All of part 2 will be the flashback.
Wow.
Yes. 100 chapters of a
100
flashback.
chapters.
Oh,
That's
Ah,
funny.
didn't really.
No, thankfully that didn't pan out.
100 chapters. Lance Greenfield. Oh boy, breaking dawn. 100 chapters.
Oh wow, look at that.
I like the
All
part
leading
name
back
Part
up.
name.
from Yamson. Yeah. Jovial Timelines Part 1. Part 2 is In the End, Nothing Matters. And Part 3 is The Dark Timeline. So we're not even in the Dark Timeline.
I'm so glad part 4 is called Lance's Unbreakable.
Shut up. All leading back up to the point in which this chapter started on. All events will lead to what you just read. The first part, that is. So the story will continue as usual, but you all know it leads up to something. Any questions? If so, just PM me or post below. I mean questions about this whole plot.
I have several questions. Can I personal message him?
Yeah, can you send him a DM and be like, hey man, I have some questions about part 2 of
Yeah.
Living Dreams.
Ooh. Sparks Lucky Day is next. We're going to read the next one. We've only been reading like 19
Yeah.
minutes, actually.
No, we're
Yeah.
gonna, get through hopefully a couple of them today.
Oh,
Like,
whoa! The art for this one's great.
Whoa!
Let me see real quick. What are we going to read today, actually? Sparks Lucky Day. I imagine we'll do this, the next one, and probably Greg's Business.
Okay.
I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah, we just read, baby.
Let's just read. All right.
Something important came up, so I'm making this short. Sorry. Also,
this art is incredible.
Christ, yeah, it's a very good art. I like it a lot. Also, I may have severe heart problems. Yay me. That's why I cut this short. I'm off to the
Oh
hospital.
Jesus fucking Christ! I wish Austin was here.
Dude, Austin.
Like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Do you think he lived?
The malaria has
the
broken. Now the heart disease has begun.
Somehow the malaria has returned.
Yeah, I'm
Somehow
sorry. I'm checking into the
malaria's
hospital. I'm like, I have a hard time tasting things. I have a hard time like breathing. You know, they say I have something called COVID-14. I don't know what that is.
I breathe in air. I breathe out black bile. I'm not really sure how that works, but
It's weird. Slime is just coming out of my face.
Were we really invited in here, Dad? Yep. I love the doorknob just hanging off.
Chapter 2, Chapter 127.
oh, sorry.
Oh,
Spark.
Spark is you, Jada.
Oh shit! That's been
Yeah.
like a million years.
Oh shit.
That was awesome.
Spark yelled as we walked out of the stadium. I couldn't help but chuckle at him.
Well, you have low standards. Yeah, it sure was. You know, Spitfire could do all those moves. Who knew Spitfire could do all those moves? You know, being a girl and all. Spark then says,
Oh my god! I'm so sorry. I'm just like
Glazed over, like fucking, there's a fly on your eyeball.
I'm not you. Yeah, a fly is getting on my. Oh, and how do you know so much about? Fuck, that's not it.
Whoa.
What do
Okay,
you
you need to
think?
break out the smelling salts and get in that room real quick and help her out.
Yeah.
All right.
Wave the flies off.
So
Wait,
the
I'm
Can
genuinely
we get the
lost
fucking
it.
line,
Oh
please?
shit! It's like the
third
third
line.
line of the story.
Those were her amateur moves.
Oh my god! I thought that was Lance. That looks like a Lance line. I'm sorry. Those are her amateur moves. She has way more awesome moves than those.
Yeah, remember
He yelled in excitement.
he is gonna
Still
talk
don't
like Lance. He is his son.
Yeah, it's true. He's turning into Lance.
That's horrible.
And how do you know so much about her?
I asked, stopping in my tracks, an idea forming in my mind. Spark twisted around and smiled.
Yuri, where do you think?
Rainbow fucking Dash.
I asked. He nodded happily.
Yep, that's right. She told me all about the ring. Told me everything about the Wonderbolts too.
He then chuckled.
Mom also bought me a few books.
I smirked.
So tell me, Spark, what would you do if you saw your idol?
He cocked his head.
What's an idol?
I snickered slightly.
Well, if you remember back in
Remember when Twilight I showed
a
you the
big
King
golden-
James Bible that I brought with me from
Yeah, you remember
heaven?
when the Israelites built a golden calf in the desert and decided not to worship God? That's an idol, son.
Don't.
Oh, I
don't
bet
fuck
I'd be
with
really
idols.
reverent if I saw an idol.
I don't know. I like cows.
Okay, well,
I mean, what would you do if you saw Spitfire in person, idiot?
he shrugged.
I don't know. Why?
I turned around and began to trot towards the stadium again.
No reason, just gonna start another fucking incident.
Dad, where are you going?
Spark asked as he ran after me. I smiled down at him as I walked.
You'll
Yeah.
see, little buddy.
I walked into the stadium.
Yamson said, don't kid yourself. You all know Lance hasn't read his copy of the Bible.
It's
Yeah,
true.
true. He's
Well,
like,
the
I'm gonna
Twilight
get
did.
around to it. Like, you know,
Twilight
But he
did,
loves
though.
reading.
he does
Oh,
love reading. It's true.
He loves bugs.
They need to put pictures in this thing.
We need a full, illustrated comic version of this.
There is a Living the Dream or the Bible?
Living the dream.
Okay.
I walked into the stadium and turned onto a hallway.
Yeah, are you saying that there should be one for the Bible?
There is one for the Bible.
The Bible manga.
Yeah, there's the Bible manga of sorts.
They call it the bonga.
The bung.
Manga. Greg
I
would
followed
love
this.
to read that.
Fuck. I followed this till I came to a set of stairs with a sign saying private. I moved the sign out of the way and began to trot up the stairs.
Dad, I don't think we're allowed up here.
Spark said as he looked around nervously. I chuckled and rumbled up his mane.
Don't worry, you're gonna love it. There's a pirate who lives here.
His name is Foxy.
After reaching the top, I looked down 2 different hallways. I looked down the left one and saw a few doors with names on them. That has to be it. But before I could turn, Spark pointed to a sign. Whoa! Whoa! Huh?
Whoa!
Whoa! Beg your pardon?
Okay, Sparky. Apparently, you really took some lessons from watching all that porn of your mom because you're next up here.
Why is that whore on that pole?
wait, what?
You heard it.
You heard me, bitch. Why is that whore on that pole?
I put my hoof over his eye and drug him down the hall.
Oh, well, first of all, who told you what a whore was? Second, that was just a pony climbing a pole in an alluring way.
Spark broke from my grasp and smiled.
Dorchester told me about them. He also told me about something called a condom.
Who the fuck?
Who's
What's a
Dorchester?
condom?
Another
Okay.
brony insert. This is only mentioned in the entire story.
That's so
That's the
funny.
instant.
Okay. Dorchester comes up and he's like, hey man, I love living the dream. I'd really like to be mentioned in your story. And he's like, I got you, man. What if I implied you're like kind of a pedophile?
And they're like, chill with me.
He's like, sure,
I
that's kind of
fist-
funny, I guess. What does this mean?
Wait, what's the context
Yeah.
though?
Huh?
Lance is all, what's a condom? And
Hey,
he's
all
just
those
like writing the
papers in
story.
mind. Is mom a whore?
I face hoofed hard.
Oh, I'm gonna kill that guy if I see him again.
He won't.
I then looked at Spark.
Tell you when you're older.
But I am older. It's been a few seconds, so I'm a few seconds older.
He huffed, but with a small grin.
Smartass! I swear to God, I mean smart mouth motherfucker.
I said, giving him a small glare. We need a security guard.
What are you doing up here?
Hello.
Whoa!
Yeah, Leo.
For what? For
You're it. You're the guard.
No,
Hey!
Cabral has like no lines ever.
That's
Give him the
true.
guard. Come on.
He's no lines ever.
Depends on the chapter.
Never.
Sometimes I only
Yeah,
speak, and sometimes only Jada speaks.
Yeah, sometimes it's like 90% Cabral.
Sure.
What?
Depends.
Yeah, it's like whenever the main six are hanging out.
They never do. And also, you're half the main six. What are you talking about?
No, I'm giving up all my main six roles to other people.
Yeah, well, I'm saying they're not all Cabral. Fucking
No, Jada's the other half
at
of
least
main six.
Applejack and Rarity.
Yeah. Hey, what are you two doing up here?
A rough voice called as a security stallion ran towards us.
I know it.
Spark muttered. I smirked.
And this is where Plan B kicks in.
Plan B.
Spark asked. What's a condom? What's a contraceptive? I nodded. and
Hey,
grabbed his hook.
security guard, do you know what a contraceptive is?
I nodded and grabbed his hoof.
By D's.
What?
It says IDs.
No, it's
What?
Yo, officer?
No, that's
no,
Lance.
Back up a little
Oh
more.
my meow.
What?
I
Plan
nodded
B.
and grabbed his hoof.
Plan B.
Oh.
Yeah.
I then tossed him onto my back and trotted forward.
Yo, officer!
He came to stop in front of me and held out his hoof.
Sorry, I saw grabbed his hoof and held out his hoof, and the hoof, anyways.
Yeah,
By D's.
I shrugged.
Left them in my underpants.
You're not wearing pants.
He deadpanned. I waved a hoof.
Exactly, I'm a nudist.
He face hoofed and pointed to the stairs.
Just go back down.
Sure thing, officer. Fuck, Plan B failed.
I said as I trotted past him and continued on my way.
Hey, I
Terrible
said go
plan.
down the stairs.
He yelled, grabbed me by the shoulder.
Touch.
I smirked.
I said, sure thing.
I then twisted my shoulder and bolted off down the hall, Spark bouncing around on my back.
Dad!
He yelled. I laughed.
Hang on, Spark.
I then shifted to the side and dove into an open door. Once inside, I ran over to the window and pushed it open. By the time the security stallion ran in, I was already in another room. I chuckled as Spark jumped off my back.
Yeah,
Good
good.
move, Dad.
I smiled and trotted to the door.
Thanks.
So, what are we even doing?
He asked curiously.
You'll see.
I answered.
We're breaking the law. You know
I
what a
laughed
felony
and-
is, son?
I laughed and continued to walk, reading the names off of the doors. No. 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 No.
Sometimes I forget that in this timeline, Rainbow Dash never became a Wonderbolt.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's just like she's a Wonderbolt for so long. It's just like close friends with like all the Wonderbolts in
Canon.
MLP as the show for
to
so
be-
long.
To be fair, we haven't even reached season 3 yet, so like.
I mean,
this
it's just
so
like
right.
it's still crazy because it's just like after watching the whole show, it's kind of
Amber's
like
right. Yeah, she
you're
gave a
just like,
housewife
oh
another
yeah,
character.
in this she's like doesn't have any interaction with any of them.
Yeah. See, Dawn, I know I could prove it.
She became a housewife like every other female character. That's what Yamson said. By the way, actually, Applejack's not a housewife, right? Applejack isn't.
No, she hasn't got. Well, it's because her
Wow.
love interest character is the one who's comedically getting like slapped in the nuts every time he tries to talk to her.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's fair.
Also, she's a lesbian.
No, that's Celestia.
That you can have more than one lesbian.
Wait, you can?
No,
I thought there was like a rule or
What?
something. The only one.
that's way too based for a kick. It's too to your mom.
You're right.
Temper our expectations here.
Yeah. Anyway, where are we? Shut up. I just did my. Oh, no. You didn't read your seed online, did you?
No, yeah, it was red.
Oh, read? Okay.
Yeah.
Shut up. I just did my wrath wrong. So, where are we?
Stadium.
Ah, I see. Carry on.
I stopped at a door and smiled.
Here we go.
Where are we?
Woman's changing room.
Oh gosh, so many naked people.
Spark asked. I nodded and knocked on the door. Spitfire?
Who is it?
Came a female voice on the inside.
You got your pizza, bitch.
I yelled, a large smile on my face.
Pizza?
The voice said as the door opened slightly. I gave a wave.
Hey.
The mayor opened the door all the way and stepped into view.
Do I know you?
I heard a small gasp behind me, but continued to smile.
No, you don't. Just asking for a request. Also, I lied about pizza.
The mayor eyed me.
Who are you? Name.
Yay, pose time! I struck a small pose and grinned.
Name's Lance. Lance Greenfield. And everybody's gonna know it in 3 days when I publish the story.
Lance. Greenfield?
She said slowly, deep in thought.
Yeah, that's me, baby.
Fucking wait, where'd it?
No, she
He
smiled.
smiled.
Oh, she smiled. Yeah, she smiled.
You're one of the ponies who fought off those guys during Nightmare Night Massacre, right?
I frowned.
Oh, yeah, that was me. I also did a bunch of other hero shit, but, like, whatever, who's counting?
I lost my job.
Hey, he doesn't work anymore.
She held out her hoof.
Wait, where does he work?
He worked at the restaurant. No, he got fired from that.
He mentioned he lost his job there.
Oh, yeah. So he's just, not working. He bums off of. That's.
That makes
I mean,
sense.
to be fair, if your best friend is like one of the co-rulers of a nation, you should not. You could probably get away with just not working.
I do love
Hey,
how
Obama,
this is
can't borrow
like
$5?
the closest thing to like a canonical military officer just being like, wait, I know you, Lance Greenfield. You're a real American hero. All those boys in the army, we all look up to you.
Also, I know that like nobody calls him Gyrocon ever, but like, are we just not even pretending that that's like a thing that he was doing? Right?
Yeah,
He
well
just
now
calls
Garricon's
himself
another
Lance-
character.
Yeah, Gyrocon is the other one.
Okay, I
You can't
guess.
even use that as a side name anymore.
It's just the idea that he's like, oh, I'm Lance Greenfield. And she's like, oh, everybody's heard of you, hero from the massacre. And it's like, oh, okay, everyone knows him as
You're the
Lance
hero of the massacre of Ponyville. I don't like the way you worded that.
Oh, you were there at the massacre of Ponyville. In what way? You saved everyone. Everyone's a strong word.
Dad, what did you say? You were
She
at the
held out her hoof.
massacre?
I would like to thank you. You saved lots of ponies that night.
I slowly shook her hoof, painful memories boiling up in my mind.
Spitfire!
Spark burst out before covering his mouth. Spitfire looked past me and smiled at Spark.
Ah, and who's this?
I smiled proudly and pulled Spark up to my side.
Oh, this is my son Spark. He's one of 2 or 3. I can't keep track.
Spitfire held out a hoof to him and smiled.
Ah, Spark. How are you doing?
Spark shakily shook her hoof and stammered.
Yeah, you were... How good?
Spitfire laughed heartily and rumbled up his mane and looked at me.
Nice kid.
I nodded with a smile.
He sure is. He's also a huge fan of yours, Dracula.
What?
What?
He is.
She said with a large smile. Spark merely nodded in response. Spitfire chuckled and walked back into her changing room. When she emerged, she held a pair of flight goggles.
Oh, I don't know why, but my brain thought she was held up a pair of pants. Like,
Oh.
she just,
Lance used to have goggles
she's
too.
like, here's your pair of pants. Like,
What happened to his goggles?
You forgot these here.
Oh.
They have your ID inside.
they have
as
your
previously
ID
established.
inside. And then you like walk past the guard again, and then he pulls out the ID out of the pants. I told you they were in my other pants.
She smiled and handed them to Spark.
Here you go. Those are my favorite pair of flight goggles. I'll trust you to take good care of them.
There's like a bucket of 1,000,000 flight goggles.
Spitfire in this universe.
That's
Dracula
fucking funny.
flow.
Dracula flow. She, yeah. Spike, oh my god.
Spike.
Smiled from ear to ear as he held Spitfire's personal goggles.
Hey, yeah, thank you! I'll take good care of them.
She giggled and nodded.
I know you will. You look like a trustworthy child.
I'm not.
She then looked at me.
You said something about a pizza? I mean, a request? Oh, sorry.
I know
Hold on.
that-
You said something about a request.
Oh, wait. Oh, it does say a butt.
Yeah,
Maybe she's like the Bizarro Canadian.
maybe.
A boot?
Oh, yeah,
Instead of a
boot
boot.
But
I nodded again.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you something.
She smiled.
I should.
She smiled.
Sorry, someone messaged
continues
me.
the
On
style.
Sorry, someone messaged me on Discord. Go ahead.
I smiled nervously.
3 kids is a lot. Would you like this one? Or at least spend the day with Spark. I'll pay if you want, but it would mean a lot to him. And at this point, it's on you. If you say no, that makes you the bad guy. So,
Thud.
child. Father like son.
Oh, he passed out. How cute.
I chuckled as Spark fell to the ground, unconscious. I guess hearing that was too much for the little guy.
Also, I'm kind of curious now. My son's out. Like, what the fuck's up with the on staff stripper? Like, that's nuts. Is that like a thing you guys have? Or?
Oh yes, it's provided. It's they need
Yeah, what's that about?
they need people to relax, and one thing they thought was really cheap and inexpensive was putting a pole in a room.
See, what's
Okay.
very nice about it is what you saw was just Soren. He was exercising.
Soren's kind of a whore.
That's what we call him in the locker room. You know, we smack him with the towels and shit.
it's more
Well,
like whoring.
okay, remember the episode where Rainbow Dash gets constantly called Rainbow Crash by all the people at the academy?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, after she like takes it really bad, and then they go, "No, it's like a endearing thing because we all have nicknames like that." And then Spitfire like leans in and whispers what her nickname is, but we don't hear it. But it's supposed to be like really bad.
Is it horror?
No, I like to think. I think it's
Wall of
supposed to be
fire.
shit fire.
Shit fire, that's funny.
That's really
I think
funny.
that's what it's supposed to actually be in canon.
That's so
sick.
funny.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's shit fire, you guys.
Spitfire tapped her chin and smiled.
Tell you what, I'll spend the day with Spark if you show the Wonderbolts your different forms. We've been talking about it for a while and would love to actually see them, like a show, you know. But with you.
I think Holy Breaking Dawn, Raging Dawn, Fart Dawn is much better than Evil
Did you
Raging,
say
Evil
fart
Breaking.
Dawn?
So,
Yeah, I
on
did,
the
yeah.
in terms of power scaling, is it above or below? Yeah, because I've been arguing with Soren about the placement of the power levels.
So,
you know?
like, is Frederick more powerful than you? Or, like, where does Zoro fit on the power scale?
Now, I keep hearing that Grace could beat you up in a fight, but every time she fights someone, she instantly gets knocked out. So I don't know how that really
Is he gonna
feels.
show them off on the pole? Yes, that room's actually perfect. The ambience and the environment, really good.
We
in
have,
that room.
we have a fog machine.
They got the glow sticks
There's
and
also
everything.
some like really cool lights and lasers.
Yeah, we
The
can play
lasers also
music.
have poles on them.
Yeah.
I smiled sheepishly.
If you do that, you'll spend a day with Spark?
Exactly.
She said with a small grin. I rubbed my chin and smiled back.
All right, that's a deal. Yeah, spend the day with my shitty kid, and I'll show you all my forms.
She clapped
of
her
my
hooves
forms.
together happily.
Great deal. Wait, did I read? No. Yeah, I'm right. Okay. Sorry, I saw okay deal. Great. I can't wait to tell others.
She then composed herself and smiled.
How does tomorrow sound? For me to spend the day with Spark, I mean, I was thinking today, but like,
I got,
Honestly,
fancy
like,
day.
Right
the sooner
now.
I can get rid of this asshole, the better.
Now,
Also, okay, so I know it's like, you know, in universe it kind of makes sense and stuff, but I do love the fact that it's just like, oh man, what would be the way to like get this super cool military officer like Blue Angels like fighter pilot to do me a favor? I know. The one thing she'd want most in the world for me to tell her all about all my OCs and their superpowers.
yeah, my super form.
I thought for a second.
I thought for a second.
I'm not doing anything, and it's the weekend. Sure, I think Spark will enjoy that. Sure,
I'm not
whatever.
employed and it's the weekend. Sure.
She looked at him and chuckled.
Don't worry. I'll make an enjoyable day for him.
I lifted Spark up and laid him across my back. Spitfire looked at my wings and cocked her head.
Are those wings fake?
I winced slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never asked for this. I lost in a fight the others because of a stupid stunt.
She smiled weakly.
Well, keep your chin up. They make new ones of those. Life gets better.
I smiled a little and turned to walk away.
Yeah, I know.
Unless your friend dies, then life doesn't get better.
Got to end it here. Sorry.
Ooh, sorry.
Oh, that's really funny, Yamston. That's a good headcanon.
How many times can I hit my wing with a hammer until I can't use it anymore?
Yeah.
All
Jack Flink, too.
right, one
Ooh.
more to close it out.
Oh my gosh, it's so short. Yeah.
Absolutely another.
Yeah.
Maybe even two more, actually. Holy cow.
Yeah,
That's
this one's
really,
really,
short.
short. Oh, look at this
Holy
beautiful
fuck, yeah.
artwork.
Fantastic art. God, poor Yamston, you've probably been doing this shit in overdrive because of how many chapters we're going to have to read in one sitting.
Well, unless they're all done. But
I guess, yeah, you
not.
didn't have to wait for us to read them. You probably could have just done this whenever. Only need about four more. God
four
damn,
more.
not
All right,
bad.
So, did you do chapters that we previously have read already?
No,
or
no,
is that
no.
something that you would plan to do later?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's partly just sort of like a thing for the reading. Like,
It's not worth
yeah,
it.
It's
Not
not
there's-
worth it.
That's so
there's
valid.
that
So-
no one's gonna
Yeah,
go back and
absolutely
reread.
not.
By the way,
Yeah.
Yamston, I do have a question.
Thank
I know
you,
you
Yamston.
haven't animated episode 2 or touched the animation for in a long while, but would you animate an episode that's like your favorite one of like one of our readings?
God, you're such a greedy little goblin.
God,
I was
you're so
just
greedy.
curious.
You take and you take and you take. Why don't you
No.
give him something?
Yeah, why don't you donate money to Yamston?
I'll give Yamson money.
If
I'll buy you
Yamson
dinner,
had
Yamson.
like a Ko-fi, we would absolutely put it up on the thing.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Yamson's such incredible.
Maybe, like-
We could replace Balil's art Tumblr in the description.
Yeah. That'd be
It's
awesome, actually, if we could
understandable.
like put Yamson
Oh,
in the
replace
description.
my art? Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Yamson, if you have any links, I think it'd be awesome to put Yamson's links in the description of each episode.
He's got a DeviantArt, right?
Oh, yeah. We can
Yeah,
absolutely do that.
we could like swap that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. But hey, it's so entertaining we're talking about this on camera.
Yeah.
Sparks, stand against yourself.
Anyways,
Okay, what do you want, Duhad?
I was
Being
just
an
gonna
evil
say-
Spark.
I was just going to say that let's start reading the chapter, but you were already doing it when I started speaking.
Let's
I
do it.
always
short-
wanted to be called Jun too.
Anyone else have anything funny they want to say?
No.
Cody, you look great
A
today.
short Oh my god, okay. A short recap chapter that I forgot to add. Yes, this part was actually supposed to be in the beginning of part 2. I've been wondering why no one was making a comment about it.
Oh,
and the
that's
reason
funny.
why was because I forgot to save it.
Oh.
So here it is. Just take this as chapter 3, even if it doesn't fit in this spot. But I see this as important, so I'm going to rewrite it. Chapter 3, chapter 128. September 20th, 2014. Unknown location. Sparks POV.
It's literally fucking lost.
Whoa.
This is
Dad?
yeah. This part, yeah.
I sat up and groaned as I felt my broken ribs grind against each other.
Dad!
I forced myself to stand, but fell back to the ground, going into a coughing fit.
Father?
Why isn't he responding? He was right beside me before. Where is he? Why is it so dark? Why is the floor so cold? Why is... Nova! I begin to look around, trying to stand.
Nova.
I finally got to my hooves, but when I took a step, my right foreleg bent backwards. I fell to the ground, slamming into the hard stone floor, face first.
Oh, curse my double jointedness.
Tears filled my eyes as the pain in my beaten body skyrocketed. Nova, please, please be okay.
Dad, please, where are you?
Groan.
Ugh. Nova. I looked around again and saw her immobile body lying a few feet away.
Immobile.
Immobile. I gritted my teeth and began to pull myself forward, letting out yelps of intense pain every second. You're gonna need to do that and not stop until we're done. Okay, Jada?
Boy.
Once I was next to Nova, I
Blah.
turned her over to face me.
Ah,
You're like on fire.
Stop. No!
No. Tears
No.
fell from my face and onto hers. I put my head on her chest
No!
and listened.
Gah.
Ba-dump.
No!
I let out a sigh of relief, knowing that she was at least alive.
Blah, blah.
This
Her behind
is-
me.
Blah.
That's a new
Unknown villain.
Unknown villain? Is this any
Wait, no,
voice
it's
we-
David. It's David. It's evil
Blah.
David.
It's
Oh,
a
it's
known
evil
This is
villain.
evil
David?
David?
It's a
that's
known villain.
Oh no, it's
Oh, fake.
Oh, Faker Spark. Okay.
so okay.
You're
Balil,
not
you-
even
you-
good
you-
enough
you-
to be my fake.
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Ah, now isn't this precious?
I heard behind me. I winced at the voice and turned to face the one who was talking. At first, I couldn't see anything. Then a small lamp came on. The pony holding the lamp smiled.
Like a Pixar lamp?
Well, Sparky, you think you can protect that little mare there in that state?
Blah.
I growled and stood, keeping weight off of my broken foreleg.
Yuri, you'll not lay a hoof on her. We'll see about that.
He said with a smirk. He put the lamp down and flared his wings.
So, Spark, ready for a rematch with me?
I staggered slightly as I moved into a weak fighting stance.
I don't care if you're a clone of me. I'm still gonna fight you till my last breath.
The Spark clone laughed.
Baby fights.
I see. Such brave words for one so young.
You sound like the caterpillar from like Alice in Wonderland.
What?
I don't know. It's an oddly specific voice and reference, but that's what you just
Very,
remind me of.
very specific.
We
Yeah.
should start reacting to anything we haven't heard of before with what? Can we do that?
What?
Huh?
I get it from my dad.
I said, glaring at him with bruised eyes.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my god.
This kid is so fucked up.
The Spark clone smiled evilly and began to walk forward.
Well, let's see if you fight like your dad.
No, you
like
dad,
an utter
you dad.
loser.
Like you, Dad.
Like you, dad.
I gulped and looked back at Nova.
Oh, not let them hurt you anymore.
I turned back to my look-alike and gritted my teeth.
Do your worst. Oh, I will.
He remarked as he closed the distance between us.
Oh, you're approaching me?
I know, that's
I can't beat you up unless I get closer.
Uh,
Oh, then come as close as you like, Sparky.
Anyway, finish the chapter.
I know that's too big of a cliffhanger, but you'll have to wait a while for it to take place. Also, you now see why part 2 is called Clone Wars, Lance's Pain.
Wow.
That,
By the way,
was that retcon?
Mr.
It's called In the End, Nothing Matters.
That's funny. Mr. Dorchester himself commented, by the way. He said, still not over Dorchester finally becoming canon. Is that what canon means? I can't remember.
Oh my god. Also, I just love the idea of him just being like, do my worst? Oh, I fully intend to. Chapter 2. I landed in the middle of town and glanced around. It looks different from the cartoon. Everything is bitter and the town expands out more than the cartoon showed it. The town is painfully colorful, but I think I can get used to it.
That's so funny.
All right.
Okay,
Greg's
business looks not that bad. I mean,
Oh my god!
The art is
Also, oh
fucking
my
cool.
god,
the
that's
art is
fucking
so
funny.
good.
I scrolled right past that.
That's crazy.
Oh my god,
Is that Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle?
Yes.
That's
that's really funny. Oh
These
my
children
God.
are rolling blunts.
You are such a visionary.
Yeah, you are fucking
Truly
you
a
are fucking
genius.
incredible.
When are you gonna write a graphic novel?
About living the dream comic, even.
Yeah, one that's centered all about Cabral because he wants
Yeah,
you to do
please.
briefings for him.
No. I asked out of curiosity, not because I want things.
You're way too
I
lazy to do a
I
comic.
can see this. This is the Cabral living the dream adventure story. Like it's like a children's book called "Can I Get Some Lines?"
Written
Can
by
I would like
Kick-Ass
some lines
to
and
your
people
mom
to
and
make me art,
illustrated by
please.
Amston.
That is so funny. Okay. Chapter 4, Chapter 129. I walked into my house with Spark on my back, who was still passed out.
This kid is so adorable.
Dude, what is going on with like the whiplash of like rubber banding between these flashbacks?
Oh my god!
I trotted over to the couch and I laid him down on it. I then placed Spitfire's flight goggles on his chest and turned to go to the bathroom. Fucking Fawn is in there again.
Yeah.
Before I could even take 3 steps, I heard Twilight ask from the kitchen.
What's wrong with Bark?
I looked over at her and chuckled.
Oh, he just passed out after seeing his idol.
Oh, the golden cat Spitfire?
She asked with a smile. I nodded.
Mm-hmm. I took him to see her after the show.
Twilight smiled happily and trotted over.
I bet he enjoyed that.
She then began to look over my prosthetic wings.
Did you
They
do any
look like
flying?
shit.
These look awful. Where'd you buy these? Amazon?
They look like they were made at the craft store.
Did Fawn make you these?
Oh.
I see glitter on them.
Oh, these were several $100s. Oh, they look great, honey.
They look fantastic. Did you do
They're
any flying?
completely natural.
I smiled sheepishly.
Maybe.
She narrowed her eyes and gave me a stern glare.
Lance, the doctor said you should be flying till they are fully set. You could break them off if you don't be careful.
The glue needs time to dry.
The glue needs to dry, Lance. 2 hours.
It's not a long time.
I gulped slightly.
I know. I'm being careful, I promise.
She sighed and smiled.
You better be.
She then trotted over to my side.
Now, let's see the damage.
I rolled my eyes and fell to my haunches. Twilight slowly stretched out my left wing, carefully looking over each feather and checking to make sure the fake bone is still in place. I turned my head and smiled. I don't think that's how that works. She had her tongue sticking out, focusing on looking at my wings. She gently placed my wing back on my side and moved on to the other wing. Once she finished, she put it back on my side and wrapped her forelegs around my waist and put her head next to mine.
So,
Wait, he's sitting. Her legs are around his waist.
Yep.
it's
What
an
the?
awkward
How?
fucking pose.
And how is her head next to his
Well, I
head?
mean, how would a pony wear pants?
Like this or like this?
Yeah.
So what's the damage?
I asked, rubbing my cheek against hers. She giggled and squeezed my waist.
Sorry, that's her.
Like Scooby Doo.
Oh, you're lucky. Your wings are still healthy.
Scoop.
Just please be
How would
careful.
a dog? Oh, sorry. How would a dog wear pants, Scoop?
Like Zoink Scoob.
Holy shit, that was really good.
I smiled.
I just realized. I smiled and leaned against her. You know, Twi, I'm only careful when I want to be.
Lance.
I chuckled.
Oh, you know I'm joking. My
That's
name is
not
Mr.
true,
Cooper.
though. Reno, that is true. It's like
Yeah, that's extremely true, actually.
that's just accurate. Like
Also, it literally just struck me, like, because of the fact that Greg aged up Spark, like, timeline-wise, like, with the 7-month time jump, I think the scene in which Spark has a broken leg and is fighting his doppelganger and is, like, wandering around with, like, his fucking legs snapped in half, he is, like, at most a year old.
Yeah.
No, he got aged up by
He's-
2 years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
like
got
he was
aged up, but, like,
born a year ago.
He was only born
Oh.
a year ago.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's what you mean.
he is a baby.
Yeah. September
First birthday
15th.
is September 15th.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's like a little over a year old by the point in the story where he's like wandering around a snapped leg.
Wow, he's
Wow.
the second worst thing to happen in September.
Yeah, I'm the first, right?
I can't remember.
What happened in September? Back when every pony died, trails of blood within my stride.
She gave me a peck on the cheek and let go of me. As she turned, she stomped her hoof and turned.
Oh, almost forgot. Greg came by a while ago and told me to tell you to meet him at his place.
I sighed.
Did he say why?
She shook her head.
Nah, he only said to meet him.
I rubbed my face and glanced around.
Here's Karen Fawn.
Oh.
I'll even take her.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Twilight furrowed her brow for a second.
I think I saw Kara taking a nap on our bed and Fawn's off playing with one of her friends. She's wearing all black today.
She's allowed to have friends.
That's funny. I smiled and nodded once.
Good. I may want to do family things when I get back.
Twilight smiled slyly.
What are you planning?
I turned from her and began to trot to the door.
You'll see.
What friends they all died? Yamston.
Oh my god, yeah.
I then did a little evil laugh just for effect.
They completely cut you off.
Yeah, but now it's not evil enough.
Yeah, it was very funny hearing it from the other room, though.
Oh, Lance, I'll never figure out your mind. Oh.
Even though I was in 5.
Even though I was in there and I saw a port of me, and that was really
It was fucked up.
man.
I'm
I,
right.
That's right.
I've got it. Do you need a therapist?
Crazy, bro.
You
Psycho.
think seeing the fact that there's an entire universe of people that want to like fuck you and they draw porn of you, you think that would be a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh, Lance, I'll never understand you.
You and your hormones.
Oh,
I do like the
your
idea that
brain
she
is
just-
an enigma.
It's like a trauma response. Like she went into his head and then she was like, "I have to forget this happened."
Yeah, just repressing that shit.
The
I
inner
let out a
machinations
laugh.
of your mind are an enigma.
And opened the door. Skipping ahead 10 minutes to save time.
You don't have to. You literally can.
You
Never
don't
mind.
have to. You can just. I don't know.
You also don't even need to say to save. You should be like 10 minutes later. Nobody would have questioned that.
You could also just said, I tried it down the
Ten
street and I had the
minutes.
large warehouse that was Greg's house, you know, or whatever.
Later.
I trotted down the street, eyes on the large warehouse down the street.
Huh?
Greg's new home / place of business / written out. I'll never know how he got Pinkie Pie to move to Canterlot and live in a warehouse with him. Well, her home was completely destroyed.
It also wasn't her house.
They destroyed Sugar Cube Corner?
That's
That's
crazy.
Well, I mean, all of Ponyville.
All I
is
want to do
basically
is make
destroyed.
Pony smile, but there's no more smiles in this town.
She didn't know what to do with herself after Mr. and Mrs. Cake were both incinerated by Nightmare.
After all, they own the house.
After another minute of walking, I finally arrived at the large overhead door. I furrowed my brow for a second before slamming my hoof against the metal door.
Boing.
Inside, I heard the sound of my knock echo off the high walls. Seconds later, the doors began to open, slowly moving upwards. The sight that greeted me didn't surprise me in the least. Inside, sitting at hundreds of tables, were small Colts of
Oh
fillies,
my
all of them
gosh.
working on different projects.
This didn't surprise me at the least. The child sweatshop.
Greg having a child labor factory where
Greg, you sure are
very
keeping all these
in
kids in
character.
your house.
Why is he
Hey,
friends with
Greg.
Greg still?
It's like, hey, Greg, are you not allowed to rent near children after that one time you had sex with a fuck doll in a fucking
technically,
preschool?
okay, technically it's like 30 feet, and look where I'm standing. I'm
Yeah,
barely
that's
30
why
feet
his
away.
platform's so high up.
30 feet.
It wasn't a doll in the original? What do you mean? Well, okay,
just
what do you
Was
mean
it
by
Miss
the
Shirley?
original?
It was just some random person.
It was Shirley.
It
Okay.
was Shirley.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god, he
God.
had sex with Shirley.
A good swap out, actually, I feel like.
Yeah, honestly,
That would be the character
Nice.
assassination.
I
of
can't
the
believe
century.
you. So he gave that.
After he
Oh
knocked her
my
out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I was gonna say
Oh.
you gave that enough pause to be like, I should change that, but then you still left the part where he fucked a sex doll in front of a bunch of children. In.
I'm gonna be honest. The sex doll is much better than the raping someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's wild.
Even 2012 Austin knew that was bad.
He wrote, he's like, actually, that's really
Yes.
bad. I should have put that in there.
Maybe I shouldn't do that.
I may have gone too
God.
far in a few places.
He wakes up in a cold sweat, like, wait, that isn't funny.
Perhaps we didn't go far enough.
How many times do you think he's woken up and been like, oh, I really shouldn't write that in here?
Not enough times.
How much worse
I
would
walked
leaving the
in.
dream
That's
be
right.
if he didn't
I
have
always
those night
knew
sweats?
Greg would be the one with. I always knew Greg would be the one to bring child labor to Equestria.
That's pretty funny.
That's funny.
I walked in, getting a few glances from the kids at the tables.
Unfortunately, he was beat out by Applejack by a couple
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I stopped at a table and looked at what they were doing. Are they making toothbrushes?
Oh.
Yo, Lance, over here.
I heard Greg yell, causing all the children to cower slightly.
Oh my
I looked over to see Greg trotting towards me, a whip curled up on his
Oh
side.
no!
This is fucking crazy.
This is like a parody. It's like a parody of the story we've been reading.
He adopted all the orphan children.
Oh my god.
That's really funny.
A whip?
Is there a pension plan?
This is like
Gets
an
paid by
episode
the
of Futurama,
government.
dude. Holy
Is that
shit,
PTO?
Yeah. I was gonna say like this seems like one of those Adult Swim like fake sitcoms where it's like normal laugh track, normal like character reactions, but there's just some fucked up looking stuff like just like you have like the wacky Ray Romano looking dude just going like, "Oh, whip, really?" It's just all these like children genuinely acting scared and like
And then these
like,
conscious are
iron
like, I knew Greg would do this.
Beautiful.
I asked with a raised eyebrow. He looked at it and chuckled.
Oh, this? It's just to keep, just a thing for, oh my god. It's just a thing me and the children used to play a game. Huh. Twilight said you wanted to see me.
He grinned.
Oh, yeah. I finally figured out what I'm going to sell.
Toothbrushes?
And that is?
I questioned.
Walk and talk with me.
Greg said, starting to walk
Why
down a
is he
roll of
such a
tables.
businessman?
He's gonna like pitch, yeah. Imagine this: you're walking downtown, your head hurts, you got a pain in your legs. You're like, I really want to sit down, and there's no open benches. What do? You just start fucking shooting heroin.
What?
I moved on from weed, Greg. I'm Lance. I moved on from weed, Lance.
You see,
Listen,
Lance.
Lance, I've
Weed
moved
is
on.
too small.
I'm a cocaine guy now. 80s man.
You're thinking too
Business all
small.
the way.
And
I
the
looked-
80s guy.
I followed and looked around.
Who the fuck is this?
That's a guy, Greg.
Yeah. You see,
Struggle.
I figured it all out. And what I'm good at. Making weed, of course.
I mean, it's your key
So I
mark.
thought, how do I sell this to ponies? And then,
A small colt limped up to us and stepped in front of Greg.
Mr. Greg, I think I sprung my hoof.
He said, holding up his hoof. Greg looked at the colt and smiled.
oh, and how did that happen?
I fell.
He said simply.
I didn't mean to fail.
Greg, what? Greg nudged me.
The kid fell.
He then looked at the colt.
So, you fell while not working.
He shrugged. Greg grabbed his hoof.
Does this hurt?
The colt nodded.
Yeah, it hurts a lot, actually.
Greg's horn flared and the kid jumped back.
You fixed my leg. You.
Greg smirked.
Get back to work, or we get to meet Mr. Whiplash.
Whiplash.
The kid
That's probably the whip.
did he predate the movie Whiplash too?
Damn prediction.
Holy shit. Starts playing the drums. The kid's eyes
This is all fine in the eyes of the Lord, apparently.
Yeah.
The kid's eyes widened and he quickly ran off.
Good kid.
Greg muttered.
As I was saying, since I'm good at making weed, why not make weed products?
Yeah.
He leaned down and picked up a toothbrush.
Capitalism, Mr. Garricon. Take this, for example. It's a toothbrush with weed in it.
What?
Gets you high without smoking it.
But weed's not illegal here,
That's
is it?
not how it even works. What?
So wait, do you
So
burn the
far-
bristles and then you like smoke the other end of the toothbrush? Is that what it is?
That'd be funny, actually. That'd be sick. You rub it on your skin. And
It makes you live forever.
Live forever, you say.
I'll take 20.
sure?
Okay. He handed it to me and began to walk. I tossed the weed brush to the side and followed.
And what about the kids?
Greg chuckled.
Simple. They don't have to be paid. All I have to do is give them candy, and boom, free labor. I can already see a disaster YouTube link in the future with this idea.
Oh my god, you will never guess what this is when you click on it.
Oh,
What is it?
Oh, poorly aged thing.
Yeah, why don't you click on it? You can.
it's dressed on MOV. From
Oh
the,
my god.
fucking
You just
hot
fucking
baby
ruined my YouTube recommend already.
Hey, shout out to this being 12 years old.
Oh.
Shout out to
Oops, I accidentally exited the chapter I was in.
Shoutouts to all the annoying
It's okay. I'm not reading any time soon, so
yes.
You're gonna have to hold
Great
it down here
idea.
for a second. I have to find a meme.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
where we
sorry.
are.
Yeah. So yes, great idea, Greg. Angel approved.
Angel approved.
God says this is
Uh,
pretty base.
I can't believe Angel Fluttershy.
Control
Question.
F. Yeah. H-M-M-M-M.
I said a bit worried and unsure. Greg laughed and pulled off the whip.
Yeah. Best idea ever. Child labor. I love it.
He then began to walk along the rolls, whipping the whip a few times.
Work, goddamn you! I want each pony to have at least a 40 box backed. by the end of the day.
This is straight up like a parody episode.
What should I do?
Choose A. Leave and let Greg do what he wants. I want to see how this turns out.
No, choose B. Save the children from Greg. Like, Lance, you're an angel. Do something.
I choose... Hey, choose B, and I'll fucking make you rip off your own dick.
He could get a prosthetic.
Oh yeah, I choose A. Good boy.
I sighed and began to back up.
I'm gonna get out of here. Greg got places to be.
He stopped and looked at me.
Wait, I still haven't told you why you're here.
I sighed.
What is it then?
He laughed and levitated up a few boxes.
I need your help selling some of my products. Products?
He nodded.
I've come up with 40 different uses for weed, and I need someone like you to show them off.
I shook my head.
Not interested.
Well, you see,
Winners
Lance, this one's a
don't do
suppository.
drugs. Do this, and I'll tell you about my secret project of making clones of all the bronies.
Is Greg...
Wait, is that what the spark thing is?
Yeah,
just a
it's gotta
villain.
be. Well, he also made
Dude.
June, remember?
Greg's
a
son.
villain. He's just a villain.
I was gonna say, is Greg gonna be like the next villain arc kind of thing? Because like Greg has done a lot of not okay things.
He's done arguably worse than a lot of the villains in this story
Yeah.
have done.
He's definitely done more harm to the core cast members than any individual villain.
He's more evil than Cody was.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's very true. I mean, I would still
child
say
labor.
Nightmare has definitely done more material harm, given that he stripped Lance of all of his powers and
destroyed
ripped off his
Ponyville
wing and
That's-
killed a bunch of people and destroyed Ponyville.
But yeah, I'm not saying
that's
that he's
probably true. But
he's
like,
worse than Nightmare,
yeah, but he's getting close.
and he's not
Yeah.
as bad as Annabelle still.
Yeah, true.
that's also true.
Annabelle's arguably the worst.
The thing with the Annabelle thing is like it's definitely mostly her fault, but I'd say it's even partially Greg's, because Greg is the one who basically pushed both Lance and Annabelle to the pranks that they ended up doing, including
Greg
planning
is a
the entire
villain.
thing with Annabelle before Annabelle just tossed him in as well. Because remember, Greg was in on the prank. It's just that Annabelle betrays him.
So like, hold on, does Pinky know about the factory? Because she likes making
Yes,
ponies
she
smile.
lives here.
Oh,
She lives here. This is her warehouse that she lives in with Greg.
well, yeah, makes sense.
Anyway, he smiled with a smug look.
He said with a smug look.
Clones? Really? They better not be like June.
I said, giving him a stern look. Greg shook his head.
You know, I cloned your
Hi.
wife so I could have sex with her.
I fixed the
And Shirley.
problem. I've edited their genetic code, changed their brain functions. They will be docile.
Bro's
You
making
ever
the fucking
CRISPR?
Bro's making Snake over here.
What's
held
the
up a hoof.
stupid dinosaur from the Jurassic World movie?
Your name is
Indominus
Blake.
Rex?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Indominus
Indoraptor.
Rex. Literally, this is what Greg's becoming now, is Jurassic World.
Oh god, dude, Mr. Wu
Infantably
or whatever,
project.
Dr. Wu.
Yeah, Dr. Wu.
Weed, brought to you by Verizon.
Nice try. I'll tell you all about them after you help me sell all those.
Damn me and my curiosity.
Okay, I'll help you. Just tell me what I need to do.
Greg smirked.
I knew you would work. That would work.
He then began to trot past all the children.
Let me get my co-advisor, the petitioner,
The
Pioneer.
the pioneer.
Who do you think this is?
I wonder. Probably Gummy.
And we'll be on our way.
That would be funny if it was Gummy.
All the
Yes,
children.
Gummy, what do you think
Oh,
of
hey,
our
look!
latest
It's
product?
oh, you know it's Pinkie Pie because when he mentions Pinkie, all the children.
All the children let out shocked and scared gasp at the name.
Isn't Pinkie Pie? It's Pinkie, isn't it?
I said worriedly. He's like stammering it out. Pinky?
He
He nodded in
Pinkie Pie
response.
in this story, huh?
I didn't know Pinky could be so violent to children.
Greg laughed at me.
Oh no, she's not violent. She just annoys the hell out of the workers. To them, that's worse than me. The crack of the whip is nothing compared to spending 30 seconds with Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
I couldn't help but laugh because I had to agree with that. Come on.
Not so endearing anymore, is it?
Yeah.
Pinkie Pie in Crazy Mod is much worse than getting physically hurt.
So fucking true, bro.
Weed products. This should be interesting.
Oh my god, Lance, like the morality like went down. It's like karma. It's like the Fallout karma thing.
Dark Flare.
Lost karma.
The next chapter is helping Greg ... or am I?
Or am I?
Dark Flare said, "I'd rather rip off my dick and throw in a river and save the kids and listen to Break."
Oh
and,
shit, this one's
like
animated.
Break do this business.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my god.
This one's animated.
That's incredible. That's
All right.
so
Well,
fucking
I
good.
think I gotta take care of a few things, but we've
Yeah.
read quite a bit, and we're
That was
almost
good,
there.
yeah.
What do we have? We have. Hold on. What do we have left? Actually, we have this one. We shall prepare, and the letter. Actually, that's a good number of words before
Yeah.
So
yeah, we should be able
Right,
to do this one.
everyone.
Yeah,
Look
before
forward to the live stream
finale.
where we read the epilogue.
Yeah.
Well, we have one last set of chapters to read before we
Look
get to
forward to the live stream where we read the epilogue.
We're reading the
Yeah,
final
well-
act, part 1 and 2, also in there.
the yeah.
So we're gonna do a bonus chapter before that, right? Like it's just an actual like separate video or what?
Hold on.
Let's stop recording. Bye, friends.
Yeah, bye, friends.
Bye.